Hey everybody, my name's Gary and also known as Funny Beer, and welcome to, well, my first go at this, so I might not do the best job ever. Um, this is to talk about an issue that I think needs to be talked about. Now, for those of you who are living under a rock, there was a issue where Shanny had moved out of her house in Colorado, and because people in the community lived in that area, they were able to access the premises. Now, I don't know how the legality or illegality of the access. All we do know is that it exposed some, shall we say, disgusting habits that Shanny has, namely the fact that she keeps her children's, urinating and defecating in their own rooms. Now, this is something that I think needs to be talked about because it is a form of abuse. Because anybody brought up in that sort of environment needs a different sort of parenting. Now, uh, this has happened recently where Fabulously Liz, formerly Fab FIt and Geeky, made a tweet and then made a video directed towards Jules Tells It All, who's a great channel, link down below, as is Liz's is down below. Subscribe to all these people, by the way, but Toast and Holy Spackle are down below, doing a live reaction. Now, I'm going to top load this by saying I agree with what the ladies, and I mean Jules, Bert, and Holy Spackle all have to say to Liz. I really think that she should have contacted them in private first, and again, if she felt a certain sort of way, which I think she does. I do think that some of the accusations they put towards her are unwarranted, and I'm going to say so in this video. Now, if they want to clap back on me, hey, that's fine point. I'm here for you to clap back up. I'm not doing this for clicks. I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this because it's what I think is right. I've not made a video in about 4 or 5 months, and just if I don't make a video in 4 or 5 months, I'll be happy because it means I'm living my life. Anyway, with that said, hopefully you can hear this. This is Jules Tells It All stream, and I'm going to stop it at points that I do think that I can comment upon. So let's go.
All right, we are live. Um, some people are already in the chat wondering what's going on. Today, I think about an hour ago, she goes by Fabulously Liz now. It's Fab FIt Geeky. She made a video say, "Don't exploit Shanny's kids." Now, I have personally not seen the video yet. I know Toasty has seen the video, and I believe Holy Spackle has seen the video as well. But apparently there's just some things said in here that need to be addressed and corrected. So, I mean, if you ladies have anything to say.
Just that normally, like really dumb videos like this that are just kind of very ill-informed and ignorant. I'm more
Right, I'm going to pause it there. It's not dumb just because you disagree with it, Toast. I mean, as much as I love you, Toast, and I don't mean that way, I mean as a friend. Like, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's dumb. She's entitled to her opinion, even if you don't agree with it, and I don't agree with it either. But it doesn't make it dumb. It just means an opinion you don't necessarily agree with. And some things that you're going to say in here, I'm sorry, are out of order. And I'm going to say so, but carry on.
mostly just laugh at them and like move on with my day. But she said some things in here, and she specifically addressed, I guess, Jules and myself. We were on a panel last night, and she didn't say our names particularly, but she had some pretty harsh words to say.
Right, and I think that was wrong. I mean, the thing is that you can make money doing whatever you want. There's people who make money off the James Bulger case. There's people who make money off the Titanic. There's people who make money off the Hindenburg disaster. There's people who make money off all sorts of of 9/11. There's people who make money off out of tragedy, unfortunately, because that's what some people will do human interest basis. And what charity is, whether good, bad, or indifferent, is a human interest piece.
About that stream, and then she was tweeting all day, and there's screenshots of the tweet, and she actually took a screenshot of that panel, so I know that she's talking about Jules' channel and what we had to say. And I also wanted to say that I'm sure I can speak for Jules, is that if Fat, Fit, Geeky, Fabulous Liz, whatever she wants to call herself now, if she shows up and wants to have a conversation. I personally am more than willing to have a civil conversation um, to sort of help her understand why she's so very ill-informed about this situation. Um, so if she sees this, or if anybody knows her, she's more than more than welcome to come on the panel so we can have a discussion about this.
Yeah, I think Fat Fit and Geeky, right? Fab and Geeky. I don't know.
Yeah, she changed her name to Fabulously Liz. If you want to call her Liz, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So Liz, if you're out there, like I think that we're all the ladies here. We're all capable of having a civil discussion with you,
Yeah.
and maybe we need to explore why you feel this way. So that way, maybe it's a good thing to address for other people that might feel this way, the same as you as well.
That's a good point, Spackle. It's not just Liz who feels this way. I mean, I feel this way to a degree because, the thing is that we criticise Shanny and Rev for their behaviour, as we damn right should have, and the way that they treat the kids, but you should be using the kids' tragedy to necessarily try and exploit it for your own gain. And I think that's the point she's trying to make. And I think that she's wrong and she's right. And she's right in that, again, the kids don't get a choice whether they get exposed on Shani's camera or not. Again, like, the thing is that people are, I think the point she's trying to raise is that maybe there is like more officious trails that this can go down, and I think that she's unaware that is happening. From what I know, again, like, and I don't really know that much really, that CPS has been contacted, that the police have been contacted, that she is on a tight lease at the moment, her current living situation. Again, I don't claim to have all the information. I'm sure that there's people who are going to like contact me privately and say, you don't know everything. Don't claim to know everything, but I do have my entitled to my opinion based upon the information I do have. Right, let's continue.
Well, and maybe we can explain why we react the way we do, and if you want to build some understanding, I'd be happy to sit down and have a conversation and be kind in the conversation. I won't leave.
Okay, I have to stop again. Be kind when you've already called it a dumb video. Not that it's a video that you disagree with, not that it's a video whose opinions you might not like. Again, it's fine that she has opinions that are all over the place. Sure, we're complicated people. And I think Liz is a very nice, complicated person. And some of the things she's saying here are gross, but okay.
Be like running around calling you names or anything like that. Just normal, like having coffee, have a conversation about this. So if you do want to join this stream, yeah, definitely. We won't gang up on you. But we will explore some of the things that were talked about.
Yes.
All right, are we ready to start the video?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go.
Hi guys, it's me, Liz.
Y'all can hear that?
I'm going to go ahead and start off this video by saying that I am not monetizing this video. If you do happen to see ads on this video, that is strictly on YouTube's side. We all know that YouTube recently decided that they were going to put whatever ads they wanted to on any kind of video, whether if you're partnered or not a partner. So if you do happen to see ads, just know that is YouTube and not my choice. I don't feel comfortable monetizing this video because we are talking about children today. More importantly, Shanny's children. So
I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. As a YouTuber, you have full right if you want to monetize your videos on certain subjects or not. I personally think this already is a shitty argument.
I absolutely agree. People have the right to monetize whatever they want, and if they want it to go direct to the pocket, hey, that's YouTube. Some people have been using this issue to fund charities. I know that Drag, when he did the 2 videos to do with it, I think he went to charity with them, or to go to the people who were doing the filming video, which is perfectly fine and reasonable. And then again, if you want to go into your pocket, there's nobody who says that you can't. Again, I think Fab FIt and Geeky, sorry, Liz should have contacted you all personally and said that she had a problem with it, and maybe you could have talked it out like some people instead of making this. That is 100% correct, I think. But I'm going to get into Liz's comments and I'm going to go into why some of this is like repulsive to me. But anyway, we're going to continue. Not her personally. Sorry.
Because you
Not her personally, but you know the video. Anyway,
see people monetize videos all the time. If there are a channel that talks about murder mystery stuff, like cases or people who talked about.
Right, now I'm going to get to drugs comment. The preface is odd. All it was Virtuous Italy. No, it's not Virtuous Italy. She had talked about them previously when she did videos in Shanny, and she did more than two, which is she did about 5, if not. She did mac and cheese one. She did about 3 interactions with Shanny. That's 4. Then she did 2 before that. So she made at least 6 videos towards Shanny that I was aware that I've actually seen myself. Though she's removed these 2 from her channel, which is her right. She's decided to go into more beauty products and weight loss. Which again, it's perfectly fine. Some people just move on from doing reaction channels, which again, she's more than reasonable to do, and I think sometimes this can get you down. So anyway, let's continue.
Nesion and etc. They take the things that are going on in their lives and they create content and they make money from this content. And I don't think this is wrong. We are not condoning child abuse. We're not condoning any of that. So I'm not sure where the issue here is that people are monetizing. What I have an issue with, Shanny monetizing her mental illness and saying that's okay. I have an issue with Shanny monetizing.
And that is fine, Jules. Again, like I criticise her for doing that because again, mental health or disability or anything like that should not be used as a shield as a bludgeon to protect or hurt other people. Again, it can be an excuse sometimes. Like when, let's for example, I'm dyspraxic, so whenever I trip on the floor, that is as an adult, and people go, ha ha ha, why you did that? Because I'm dyspraxic. You know, that's a reasonable reason for why I did something. It isn't a reason for lapsing like complete hard nut like I used to, and that's because I was a complete hard nut. I mean, I'm not now, but you know, the thing is that what Shanny does is use her BPD and he uses her fibromyalgia and uses her other things to excuse her behaviour, but also to excuse not losing the weight that she should do. Now the thing is, she has lied for ages what her weight is. Now, again, I know I'm taller than Shanny, but I've lost quite a lot of weight recently. You know, and I didn't make excuses. You know, I had to look at myself in the mirror and realise that I had to make that change. And until Shanny makes that decides to make that change, I think we're just shouting into the wind at this point. And I think that until the authorities come in, there's nothing more we can do apart from show these up for what they are.
Advertising, bringing her kids on camera, and while she's coaching them to say things. So I don't get where you're going to criticize people who monetize their stuff. Like, I wouldn't criticize you for not monetizing your stuff.
So I take a middle ground on this. I think that like there are subjects like this that I think can be causing, at the very least, an optics issue. I don't necessarily think it's immoral for the creator to monetize because, like, you're on YouTube. This is what you guys do, and you know, it is normal. I would say that it can create an optics issue for some people that go, I'm uncomfortable with this, and so if you're uncomfortable with it being monetized, don't give to it. And the amount of monetization you get from YouTube is so minimal. Just don't super chat. Like I don't understand.
My thing is, it's like, you know, who is she to tell other people what to do on their channel? Like, I can't fathom that I would ever go to her and say, how dare you, blah, 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 blah.
I absolutely agree. And again, I think she should have come to you privately before she made these videos, like either on Twitter or I know for a fact that I think a couple of you got Discords or got emails and stuff like that. She could have come to Drag, who I know for a fact has got a Gmail account that you can contact him privately on. I know that the Geek Room have got an open door policy of Discord, and this is not blowing smoke. This is just a fact. And if she had legitimately had these problems, she could have come to you first before putting it on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go even to other channels that I really don't like. I'm never going to go to them and tell them, and chastise them and, oh, well, you should turn your AdSense off. You should do this. You should do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to dictate.
You're not going to run over to Negs and yell at him?
Nope. I have never told Negs that he shouldn't have super chats. I've never told Fabulously Liz that she shouldn't have super chats. Never. And I will never, because that's their channel. And if they've earned the watch time hours and the subs.
Oh, wait. Before you go, before you continue. My Streamlabs is shelling out my Streamlabs link for my donations. I'm gonna be an asshole and not turn that off. Sorry. Also, I would like to say I know this video is about my panel last night, and it was my first time I had super chats last night, so I don't give a fuck. I don't feel bad. I don't.
By the way, you shouldn't feel bad, Jules. You have the right to, if you've just had monetization put on your channel, to make all the money you people feel like giving you, and whatever you want to do, that is your business and nobody else's, especially not Liz's or mine.
I don't feel bad at all. So it was me celebrating myself. I don't really care.
Well, see, that goes to my point. Is like, why does she have to make a 4 and a 49-minute video about this, calling us out for our panel last night? If she really had this much of a moral obligation and an issue, why didn't she come to us? Why didn't she go to you, Jules, and say, I have an issue with this? And then if it didn't kind of work out, then, she could have made her video or whatever. Again, I'm not going to tell her what to do on her channel. It's just odd to me. It comes across as virtue signaling. It comes across as her being kind of butthurt.
It's neither. It's just that she has a different opinion than you. Again, why can't she not just say, I have a problem with this being done? She's entitled to that opinion. You don't have to agree with that. I don't agree with that. But she has that right to that opinion. And again, it's not virtual signaling. Can we get to the point where we stop calling things virtual signaling? It's fucking disgusting, man. I mean, guys, I hate to say this. Why can't she just have a different opinion than you? And it not be anything? Why can't it just be, she happens to have a different opinion than I do? Why can't she feel the way she does without it being virtual signaling? What is virtual signaling about this? Is it because she has in the past mentioned Shanny's kids and stuff like that, and she felt bad about it? People can change their minds and feel a certain type of way. It's not for you to dictate who feels what about what. Again, you can try and persuade them that their viewpoint is wrong. Just saying.
There were certain people on the stream, and she didn't like that. That's how it comes across to me.
Let's get real. So she likes being nice, right? I'm a nice person.
She likes being nice. No, she is a nice person. Again, I've interacted with Liz quite a lot. She's a very, very nice person. And I think she's too nice, and I think she gives too many people too much leeway, especially people like Shanny. She doesn't understand that people like Shanny will exploit people like her. It took me a while to understand that as well, and I think that Liz is trying to do what she feels is the right thing here, and I hate this idea of virtue signaling when you feel that you're doing the right thing. Again, you've got to try and persuade her that what she's doing isn't right. Rationality, reasoned arguments, stuff like that, to say that, sure, look, this is what is the argument, and this is why it's wrong. Anyway, continue.
I'm a nice person. You can see that a lot, right? But I mean, what do you call a nice person? And is a nice person somebody that doesn't report child abuse and that enables the abusers? Is that what a nice person is?
Right, but where has she ever said, or has she said in this video, that you shouldn't report child abuse? She hasn't said that at all. She isn't saying that. She hasn't said that. She wouldn't say that. She's saying that there's different methods to it. Now, I disagree with that, because I think the more eyes that are on this issue, the better. And if people happen to make money off it, it's the internet. People make money, as I said before, of worse things than this. And I think that more people's eyes on it, the more mandated reporters might see it, more people who can open doors to maybe there be action taken, because there should be action taken. I don't care what Shanny says or what Rev says. People did not come and burst into their house and dump all that shit out. And, we and poo and sheets and stuff like that stuff was baked in. I mean, even me, I've seen baked on crab, because I live in Salford. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Drag did not pay people to do that. That stuff was baked in. And I'm sorry, Shanny. You need to own up and say, look, we need to be more hygienic. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes you can let yourself go, and sometimes you're not on top of things as the way you should be. But again, it's something that you should be going forward. Anyway, good to you.
Exactly.
We should love Shanny. She has a mental illness. Fuck her. Fuck her fat ass.
I have a mental illness. Does that mean that I can be a...
But that isn't what Fab says. She's not excusing Shanny's behaviour. What she's talking about is Shanny's kids, who unfortunately are suffering because of her behaviour and her actions, and because she uses mental illness as a shield against legit criticism.
a complete douchebag to animals and children?
Yeah, apparently to some people's logic you can, and then you can go to those same people who are doing the same shit and then be like, oh my god, y'all are so great, you're so funny.
I have a mental illness that actually coincides similarly to Shanny. So, like, Shanny has borderline disorder, amongst some other things, and abuse of drugs.
It's violence.
Ooh, ouch.
And that's exactly what I was getting at. It's like, I find it really interesting that when it suits her, she's okay with certain other people, even herself, getting super chats.
She's okay because, again, to her, it's not tied to people showing or talking about Shanny's kids. No, again, as I said, I don't agree with that, but that is her position.
But now, for whatever reason, she's defending Shanny because
she's not defending Shanny. Nowhere in this video has she defended Shanny. She said that what Shanny did to those kids is wrong, and that there's more advantageous places to go. But again, we need to stop saying that, thinking what someone's arguing is, and actually listen to the one they're actually presenting.
She'll say in this video that she's not defending it, but this is what she's doing.
That isn't what she's doing. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm listening to a different video, or I watched a different video that you tells me. Again, if you want to have a chat about this, I'm willing to do so in DMs. Where in this video has she at all defended Shanny? Where has she? I know Shanny has liked this video, and before anyone goes, well, Shanny liked this video, Shanny just liked the title. She didn't like. I don't think she actually watched what Fabulous Liz actually said. If she did, she wouldn't have liked it at all, because what Liz said was critical of Shanny, not supportive.
But yet she's going to get mad at Jules for getting super chats.
Yes, and that was wrong.
Having a discussion about what they're seeing on YouTube. It's just, it's
and we didn't even show the kids that much. We just talked about them.
Right.
So she acts
right, and to Fab FIt and Geeky, that was wrong if you're going to make money out of it, which again, I don't agree with. But
we're putting them on camera and then being like, oh, we're making fun of their appearance, or we're making fun of something that has to physically do with them. It's more about Shanny's parenting. So am I exploiting Shanny's parenting? Is that what she's saying?
No, but one thing that Shanny's doing is she's including the kids into the chat. So she's reading off mean comments to the children. Like, who the fuck does that?
I'm gonna go ahead and start playing again.
As some of you may remember, I used to be a reaction and commentary channel. Two of the main subjects that I used to cover were mainly foodie beauty and Shanny for Christ. Since then, I have decided to step away from that kind of content and do things to better suit my own mental health and my own hobbies and interests.
And I would like to say to that, good for you. You decided that it wasn't good for your mental health to review these people, and you should do that, but why are you coming back to it?
Because maybe she saw something that she didn't like. Again, people don't get to dictate to people why they should or shouldn't react to certain things. Again, maybe something that triggers her. Maybe she came from an abusive household. Maybe she's been around abuse. Again, we don't know each other's backgrounds. So maybe again, like maybe there's certain things that trigger different people. There's certain things that trigger me. I try not to be open about them, but they do. And I think that's what Fab FIt and Geeky is doing. But continue.
Just curious. Are the views down for you? I'm just kind of curious on why we're all of a sudden doing this right now.
And just because, I want to go back to something that...
Right, what the fuck does this have to do with views? Why is this a views thing to you? Why can't this be an actual opinion she actually holds? I mean, there's this disingenuous argumentation here. Liz here is incorrect, but I don't like this argumentation from Jules. Why can't it be that she has a different opinion than her? Why is that not a reasonable position to hold? And why doesn't she just say to her, well, here's why you're wrong, and here's the evidence why, and this is why I think you're incorrect about it. Now, look, as I said before, I don't agree with Liz either. But you know what I would try to do? Reach out to her in a friendly manner, and I'll do that when I go through the comments in her chat in a minute.
Dragon said on a previous stream, he said basically that it seems as though that she was obsessing over Chantal and ALR and these other people she was making videos about. And so she was clearly, her mental health was going down and was sort of in a negative space because she was obsessing about those people and making videos about them.
Yeah, YouTube addiction is actually a real thing. I had it for a while until I got a life. And I'm not saying that you guys don't. There's some people who can do both perfectly well, but I akin it to drugs or drink and stuff like that. There's some people who do drugs and drink and be perfectly fine, and there's some people like myself who get too drawn into drama and the clicks and the views and the comments and the likes and stuff like that, where it's too much, and sometimes you just need to just distance yourself and just walk away and just say that's it. And that's why I don't really do videos anymore. When I started losing views, that's when I started to lose interest, to be honest with you. And the thing is that bad stuff can happen on the internet quite quickly. The fact is that the internet is a microcosm of society. Whereas in society, it takes a long time for somebody to become your enemy. On the internet, it takes maybe a comment or two or three to make somebody literally hate you to the ground you work on and want to see you fail at everything. And I think that can be quite addicting. Again, I've distanced myself from the internet for the same reasons that I want to have a life outside, and I can't with this one. I mean, it doesn't mean that I still don't watch. I still do watch because I work from home and everything. But apart from that, with the internet, I old acquaintances rather than friends that like we used to be.
And I remember the video that she put out, and she talked about how she would literally sit at her desk and obsess over when they were going to upload a new video. Clearly, that's not healthy. And if she felt like that she needed to step away and rebrand her channel, I am all for it. Good for you. But just because, Fab, that is where you were and are, that does not mean that all the rest of us are also obsessing over the people that we make videos about.
Okay, but again, she's not saying that you are. She's saying that she's talking about where she is and that why she doesn't do those videos anymore, or she does them far less than she used to. That's all she's saying.
We all have jobs and families and pets and social lives. YouTube is only a small portion of our lives. It's like a hobby.
Yeah, but for some people, it becomes more than a hobby. It becomes their life. And as somebody who was in that space for a while, I can tell you it's a dangerous place to get to. You don't care about your family anymore. You don't care about your friends. You care about interacting with the people you're interacting with. And sometimes they become your friends. They become your family. And the thing is that it's all nonsense. You don't really know these people. You only know them from stream names across the internet. They're not real people. And the thing is, that's where I got to. Now, the thing is that you can make that decision, but maybe Fab has a sort of personality like mine. Again, that has an addiction part of it tied in. And I mean, again, and until when you down that particular rabbit hole, it's not fun to be out until you pull yourself out to. Anyway, continue.
I treat YouTube like a hobby. If you look on my channel, I don't stream every single day. Like this is just a hobby for me. I stream on my days off. The days that I'm not streaming, I'm living my life.
Good. But some people can't do that. There's some people who spend like 8, 9, 10 hours, not just on YouTube, but maybe playing World of Warcraft, and that's how they invest their lives. And I think that's a dangerous part of the internet that we don't really want to talk about. The thing is, what happened to Fab was that I think that she got too much into that particular downward spiral and couldn't get herself out again. You have that break. You have that personality that allows you to have that break. Some people aren't that lucky though.
So, just because this drama that you say that you didn't want to be a part of, but now you're causing more again, right?
It's not drama. Again, she's just raising a point that she disagrees with.
And now bringing even more people in, you're now implying that we all are obsessing when it's really you projecting.
It's not projection. She's just literally giving her opinion.
That's what it is.
Ooh. And I would like to add before anybody else speaks. I know Burnt Toast is a Christian. She has a Christian belief. I know Holy Spackle. I can't remember. I know what yours is, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's still.
I'm like borderline between a deist and a theist. I believe that God interacts sometimes. So sometimes I'll shorthand it, say Christian deist, or some people call me Virgin Church. Some sort of deflection from, I guess, standard Christianity, because standard Christianity I think is silly.
So people are saying that she turned a new leaf because she was Christian. That's the only reason I'm bringing that up right now. I am nowhere to be found.
Liz was Christian already. She chose to step away from her own mental health, as she said. She made a video stating that that's what she's doing, that she was taking a step back because it was affecting her mental health and affecting her weight loss and affecting, things that she was trying to change in her life. Which, again, I think good on her. She recognised that she was going to a place that wasn't healthy for her, and now she's in a much healthier place. Again, what her religion or lack thereof has to do with anything that she said here is bad. But again, continue.
I have no idea what I believe, and I'm very comfortable where I am in my beliefs. So I just want to throw that out there, that we do have people in the room that have similar or little different than your Christian beliefs. Let's just say that.
Like I would feel like, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say really quick, and Fab, if you are actually saying, now I don't know if you're actually saying this, but if you are saying that because you're a Christian, you quote turned a new leaf, that is there's some serious problems there in your theology.
Okay. Where she talks about her theology anywhere in this, she's just mentioning the fact that she doesn't like people making money out of Sarah's kids. And I said before, I don't necessarily agree with that. But again, nowhere has she stated that it's because she's a Christian, or maybe she's more Christian. I don't know. I don't know where this argument has come from, guys.
Because I would like to know who taught you that it was Christian to turn your back on people who are abusing animals and abusing children in real time on a live stream.
Right. Nowhere she said that we should turn the back on anything, or that we should not that. Nowhere has she said that. Nowhere. I watched this entire video and watched it multiple times. Nowhere did she say that. She said that she would do for different channels. Now, as I said before, I disagree with that. But again, nowhere Toasty or Jules or Spackle has she said that. Now, again, if someone could point me to a time back on this 4 minutes, 49 minutes video, I'll happily watch it again, and maybe I missed something, but I don't think so.
Tell me how that is Christian to just ignore that.
She's not ignoring anything. Again, nobody's ignoring the abuse that those kids went through. Again, it's to us, like, as I said, as somebody who has younger members of his family, yeah, I find it quite sickening that anyone would allow their children, or anybody, any child, to live in that particular. I mean, especially you wouldn't even let your dog live in that situation, to be honest with you. And, left it somewhere where it had massive cat feces, overflow, and it had, urine and defecation all over the place, I don't think there's any normal person out there who would think that's okay.
And pretend like it's not happening.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can talk about Christianity all day. I used to work in church for 15 years, and at one point I was a Baptist, and I was a lot more fundamental also. But like, one of the things that they taught us was to report child abuse. Like, if we saw child abuse in the youth group or something like that, we were mandatory reporters. We had to report that shit. And
Right.
the way I was trained in my particular church was like, it's so dead serious that, like, do not pass go, do not discuss it with the board, call child protection services if you see where your kid says I've been raped, or call them first and then discuss it within the church, because they saw what happened in the Catholic Church. They took it that seriously. In Timothy it says that a man who cannot take care of his family, I'm looking at Rev News, Jason, a man who cannot take care of his family, that does not provide for his family, aka work and provide, is worse than an unbeliever, just so you know. So if you want to be a Christian, learn some scripture. In scripture,
Yeah, but when she said that she believes that there was no abuse going on, whereas she believes that she thinks that Rev's doing a good job, she's actually said in the past that she didn't believe that Rev was doing a good job. That that both of them were being unfit parents, and that were being unfit unfit human beings. She said that in the past. Whereas she, in this video, said that she doesn't believe that anymore.
will tell you to do better.
Yep. And also, I think that, I'm sorry, this is off topic, but I think this is funny.
And which is why you're now deleting comments under this video.
But I don't agree with deleting comments. Even if it's negative, you should always leave comments up, because then it could just prompt discussion. You can maybe learn something, even if it's from trolls leading, you're a stupid moron or anything like that. I do think that it's wrong. Anyway, continue.
Aren't you, Fab? Because people are coming to you and making these valid points, and people are wanting to have a conversation with you, and you're realizing, oop, and then you're deleting their comments.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's like in the great debate community where I came from, that's like a big no-no. Like, if you are deleting comments that are just showing dissension, not abuse comments, like people like, you fucking retard, or some sort of horrible thing that they say to you. That's in quotation marks. I didn't call anybody that.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about that.
No. Don't ever be sorry.
Yeah, let's read some of the actual comments that are fabulously related videos, shall we? Child abuse is not okay. No one forced you to live stream her shit, so you to be silent. Okay, where did she say it was? I have to point out that they've been talking for years, and nothing's happened. But I was talking a bit about the sex life, where kids have heard about it, blah blah blah. Right, whereas Fab said that that's okay. She hasn't. You're worried about the boys seeing what people say, but what you're missing is they're living through it. From what I've seen last night, there's so much support for boys. People were getting generally concerned. Where did someone come in? Last life making some decent points there. Where are we now? Why do you go out your way to make yourself look incredibly ignorant, bored, and non-stupid? Yeah, that's way to make your point, chappie or lady. How long have you been going out and seen what she really is as a person? Apparently, in your little bubble, there aren't people who've rolled to see what has been doing for a ignorant, right? You said that you step away from the drama community to take a return, yet you feel well to suit yourself again. What was the real reason, or was it to gather pity and views? Which was it? Getting the views, yeah, because this is really going to change people's views, isn't it? I could tell you, the thing is that that's ridiculous, some of those comments, you know what I mean? How are you supposed to change this lady's views? Now, again, we'll continue.
But like when you say things like that, that's abuse. Like, and feel free for your mental health to delete that. But if somebody's giving you pushback and giving you an explanation of what is wrong with your argument, or like, that's a big no. Like, that tells me that you're just looking for a cult or sycophants, people that just applaud you.
No, I disagreed with Liz and she didn't delete my comments, but I do think that she shouldn't have deleted the comments full stop. I do agree with that.
Or maybe she's looking for drama. I'm just saying.
Well, right. No, she's not looking for drama. Maybe she just, this is how she legitimately feels.
Maybe.
Because why else would she do this when...
Yeah, why else? Or it might be that she actually feels this way. People are allowed to have different opinions than you. And I know that we like to think of our channels as fiefdoms, but there are opinions other than our own that are allowed to exist, and people are allowed to have them. Just because you don't agree with it and I don't agree with it either, she's allowed to have this opinion. Doesn't mean she's looking for drama or clicks or views or any of that crap. People are legitimately allowed to have their own opinions on things.
She wasn't part of the panel. She wasn't...
So what? People are allowed to have their opinions of things outside the panel. I've seen people outside that haven't been on G-Man's panels make videos about G-Man or videos he makes. I've seen people outside that make videos on something like Nephilim 3 or people like that say. People are allowed to have opinions on things people say. Who were in that, like when G-Man said that whole thing about trans people. I think the only people in the panel were Pip Monk and the rest of the peasants. I don't think anyone else was inside that. So people also have their views if it's something they don't agree with.
Talked about. Why is she inserting herself in this?
Because she's allowed to have her opinion about it.
Well, why is she poking at you and say not? Nah.
Because she's allowed to disagree with you. There's no rule out there saying she can't. She's allowed to say, I don't agree with you, Jules. I don't agree with you, Toaster. I don't agree with you, Spackle, about this issue. Because I feel that what you're doing to those, that talking about Spanish children for your own gate is wrong. And maybe that's just the point she's trying to raise. Now, maybe you disagree with that. That's fine. I don't agree with it either. But that doesn't matter. She's allowed to have that opinion.
Eggs or drag, like it's clearly to Jules, particularly.
Right.
So.
It says on my smaller channel.
Yep.
I mean, I'm all about the smoke. Like, if I feel like I have my facts and I have everything I need to do, that's why I'm streaming you right now, because I'm more than confident. I haven't even seen the video, and I'm more than confident that I have enough evidence to prove that you need to stop talking and stop making videos before you do your research, especially on Shanny for Christ, because
Right, but Jules, she was making videos before you were. I think you've already just started videos over about a year ago. She was making videos about Shanny about maybe just over a year ago, maybe 2. And now again, this is not getting into intellectual, dick measuring here. But again, like, we shouldn't be assuming things, because what did they say about assuming makes an ass out of you and me? Again, just because you don't think maybe she has all the facts and this is the conclusion she comes to. Just because you don't agree, sometimes people can have all the facts and don't agree with your position. Them's their breaks.
I know a lot more than you do. Just saying.
I'm sure that is true in some degrees, but again, like, we shouldn't be getting into, well, I know better than you do. Look, the thing is that we can know one thing's very clear. Shanny and Rev are very troubled individuals and need help. That is something that is universal. Alright, continue.
Yeah, I know an awful lot. I think between the three of us, we could do like a whole documentary series.
We could, honestly. And the shit that I had to see today, between Rev taking the cigarette and putting it in the fucking cat's face to give him nicotine while Shanny's holding the cat, and then when Shanny's youngest son said the N-word today, or I wonder where she learned that from, and Then when Jason said he was gonna beat her youngest son's ass, I mean,
11 years old, right? Isn't that kid 11?
Autistic 11-year-old who doesn't know how to sit still. Shocker. Even if the kid didn't have any mental issues, they probably wouldn't sit still at 11. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Yeah.
But
Well, on top of it, like, you got to think, for a kid that has autism at 11, squished in a car with everything touching him. Remember
For
that
3 days.
Remember that these kids, if you have,
You guys need to give me money so my kids don't have to sleep in a car tonight.
yep.
She was asking for charity. She got it. Look, by the way, the things they mentioned before that, absolutely disgraceful. That happened. I mean, the thing is that, like, you know, as I said, they're trouble and they need help. And if they can't, if they won't go out and get help, then again, people will start to mobilise things around them. Because again, when we do our videos on YouTube, if people can see that you're struggling and stuff like that, people aren't just going to stay still. There are people out there who will match to action. And so those people can get doors open. And Shanny's going to find out pretty soon that people on the internet are just for filibuster. They can get doors open.
Yep. 100%. So I mean, Shanny feels completely okay exploiting her own children. I don't need to do it for her. That she puts it on YouTube, and I just react to what she puts out there. So that's all I'm doing. If my video happens to be monetized, if I happen to be getting super chats, mind your fucking business. Don't pocket watch people. Just saying.
I agree with that. Don't check another man's pockets or another woman's pockets. You know, the thing is that if you make some coin off this, that's your business and nobody else's.
When I was doing videos about Shanny, though, however, there was one particular video that I covered, which was one of Shanny's kids not being in a good place mentally. Some old footage that was dug up, in addition to Shanny live streaming the experience of dropping her kid off at a mental health facility. One of the main things that I would really like people to self-reflect on and to remember that these kids did not give consent to being filmed, to having their life being displayed on the internet, okay?
yes, talk to Shanny.
Yes, Shanny, as their
Let me know if
mom,
y'all ever
may
want me to
have
pause.
made that decision, but these kids, and especially in one of the resurfaced footages that
That's
I
not
covered
weird.
in that video, you can hear the
Petty.
kid saying, "Stop filming me," and Shanny kept on filming that child. It's important to remember that these
Can we
kids are
pause
still
this for a
young,
second?
and
Yeah, I'm
the internet
sorry.
is forever.
I have to point out that several creators have been intentional about not sharing clips that include the children, either in voice or on camera.
Yep, some people have took pains to blur out the kids' images. I remember when as soon as they appeared on,
Much as possible.
I'm sorry, as soon as they appeared on Jules' channel, she was like, "Nope, not interested. You know, take a kid. I'm going to kick you out." You know, she was very adamant about that. Now, if she was disappointed kids, she wouldn't have said that. So I think that Liz should have actually, you know, looked at those streams. I think
Road trip stuff that's unavoidable. But like there is a video out where she filmed with the kid who had gotten mental help, and she's just putting it all out line, talking about it, and he's crying, saying, please stop, and she's putting it out there. I know several creators that did not share that and stream that because it was just so horrific. So nice white knighting.
it's not white knighting. She's just stating the fact that, you know, she feels that people are using the kids for views when the kids didn't ask to have their personal shit out on the internet. You know, it's the fact that their mum has no filter for any shit. You know, I mean, with it being OnlyFans, with it being anything that she does or says, you know, she'll burp without covering her mouth like most of us will. You know, she'll smoke a bong, she'll smoke a cigarette, she'll do anything online. Because she has no filter of, I shouldn't really be doing that on camera, or I shouldn't be doing that in public. Because again, she doesn't care. And the thing is, she's exploiting these kids by putting them out there, and that's what Fab FIt and Geeky is saying. She's putting their personal shit out there, like she's talked about their sexuality before. She's talked about, you know, you know, when they get out, yeah, and how many girls they're gonna bang and stuff like that. And this is stuff that like really your mum should be talking about, especially at 11 and 13. You let them be kids first. And I think Liz hasn't really understood that. I think, but I do think you're right in this. But I do think that she's right in that she's just bringing up that the kids haven't chosen to have their lives put on for a view like this.
We've already been ahead of you on that as much as possible.
And I can have an example. I have an example recently of when Shanny got into my StreamYards after I put the link out, and she proceeded to shove her kids on camera on mine. And what did I do? I told her I don't want her kids. I'm not going to talk about her kids. Stop exploiting your children. And I told her this multiple times. She tried it. She was playing a game with me, and she lost that game. And then she proceeded to, like I said, make those videos afterwards. And what did I do? I did not show those videos on my live stream of her kids talking. I refused to show those videos, and I still haven't showed those videos. Those are watched privately. So I don't want to hear this bullshit. And like Holy Spackle said, yeah, the car ride thing is, at this point, you can't do nothing about that.
The clips that I put out today, I actually, when I was transcribing what was being said, instead of using the son's name, I was using younger son or older son, and I actually did blur out the son's face at one point because Shanny continuously is putting them on camera. And if you want to talk about somebody monetizing or exposing or exploiting children, talk to Shanny. We're making commentary on her parenting. Shanny's the one exploiting her kids.
Yeah, nobody wants to take swings at the kiddos. The kiddos, it's not their fault.
Nope.
Ever. So the more that you keep talking about these kids and showing their life, no matter if it's great or if it's terrible, you're putting that out on the internet forever, and that could potentially come back to haunt them. One of the main points that I made in that video talking about Shanny's child was that you don't know who in their lives, the kids' lives, has access to the internet. They
oh
could
my gosh.
potentially be seeing all of
Pause this.
and everything.
I'm sorry, but you cannot be this dumb.
Oh, okay, so already we into calling it up. Again, a lot of people are poor and can't afford the internet. Most people actually, depending where they live, have to make a choice between, whether they want to pay the bills that day, the rent that day, or they want to have light that day. Whether they want to have food that day, or they want to have water that day. Some people have to make that choice, especially in where Shanny and Rev are now, in Pennsylvania, which is a very poor state by everything I've Googled. So, yeah, but I do think you're right that again, internet use is quite high among people aged, I think it's like 10 to 50 now.
Are you serious?
She's probably this dumb.
This is 2021. Every person, probably under the age of 65, has internet. What are you talking about? Shanny did porn.
I'm pretty sure some kid at school for the 14-year-old probably saw Shanny's porn or knew about it. I'm pretty sure someone somewhere did, because teenagers are mean.
You know what I think is really funny, and she says this later in the video, she'll say something like, okay, well, you guys are basically, Johnny come lately. Where have you been this whole time? And then at the same time, she contradicts herself here by claiming that we're the ones who are originally putting her stuff out there on the internet. Pick a lane. Which is it? Are we, putting her stuff out there for the last 20 years that
That isn't what she's saying. She's saying that Shanny's been putting her stuff out there, and like, but the fact that you're shining a light on it, maybe is putting more of a spotlight on it than it's already been shown. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this. I think what you're doing, again, I'm talking to the ladies here, is point out abuse and abusive behaviours that Shanny portrays to her children.
She's been online, or is it that we've just shown up to put her stuff online? Which is it, Fab? Which is it?
Damn, Toasty taking the words right out of my mouth.
I don't think I have anything to add.
That you showcase and everything that you talk about could be very major points for bullying for these kids. It's already bad enough that their living situation is just total utter shit right now.
Are the kids even in school?
Don't need to be
No,
piled
they're
on
on
this
summer break
on
now.
top of it. And I know everyone wants to say, well, this is really important, we need to bring attention to it. Bring attention to it once. Don't make repeated videos. Don't you dare monetize those videos. If I find out that any of y'all are monetizing this bullshit, I'm gonna have words with you.
What?
You're gonna have
Ooh,
words with me?
words.
At
Oh,
me,
no.
bitch. At me. Because I'm not afraid to tell you I monetized that fucking video. And YouTube recognized it as the fucking green money symbol, which means that it's suitable for viewers. So what we did last night with the panel, like, are you mad? Like, are you mad that people want to come onto a show and actually discuss real issues? And people actually interacted? Like, why are you so fucking mad people are making money off this?
Because it's about children who have no control over whether they get displayed on the internet or not. Shanny has a choice. Shanny has a choice whether she wants to put a body, good, bad, or indifferent on the internet. Her trade record, her life, her unadvanced porn, stuff like that. Her kids don't get any choice over that. Whether people watch that or not, they get exploited. And I think that's the point that that Liz is pointing out here. That the children don't have a choice in this, and that basically you're maybe enabling bullying of them. No, I don't not necessarily agree with that, because kids will bully you over anything. And I think, Liz, the thing is that they moved houses twice, and the thing is that it's got to be very disoriented for them to go through this. But I do think that the reason people have made numerous videos is because people are concerned, not just because they're interested in this, but because they're interested in the kids personally. Because again, I've heard numerous people say, look, they're interested in kids. No, I care about the kids. Again, I don't know either of them. I've heard both of them speak, but again, I'm concerned for them, because growing up in a toxic environment shapes who you are as a person, and shapes sort of person you grow up to be. If you grow up in a very bad environment, it makes you a very bad person. If you grow up in a good environment, it makes you a very good person. I mean, there are some people who are exceptions that disprove that rule, but usually that's the way it goes. And the thing is, the kids are now around this very toxic relationship that is creating this toxic environment where they've been told that they can pee on the bed, and they can defecate on the bed, and there's no thing is that. But yet when it comes to real life, they go to university and start to do that stuff. People are going to start to really zone in on them, and then the repercussions are even worse. When they get kicked out of places, or they're not allowed to work places because of their unhygiene. Because a lot of places in America or in the world, hygiene is a major reason why people can get rid of you, because again, people don't want to be around an unhygienic environment. No, continue.
Why the fuck are you so mad? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Liz,
Like, seriously.
Liz, come on the show. Come have words with us. I really want to hear your words.
Oh, yes, I wish a bitch would. Join.
Oh my god. I meant to show this one. Think of some of my comrades got into this poor girl's head, and then they were like, you get it? Because she's a shithead.
Yeah. Where's that maturity now? Call her a shithead just because you don't agree with their opinion.
Oh,
Don't.
fuck, dude. Oh, did you all both do it at the same time? Or is it just one of you?
No, that was just her.
Oh, okay. Does she have a Twitter? Hallie didn't put the
Yes,
emoji.
yes,
In
she
fact, she's
does.
been running her mouth all day about us there
And
too.
she didn't at me. Like, what the fuck? Like, just
I
at me.
know.
Subtweeting.
I will take my time to reply to you. I promise. I'm not scared of you or what you
Same.
have to say. Like, I mean,
I don't think Fab thinks she's scared of her. I think that she's just concerned that she's going to get flaming mobbed attacked, because that's what, unfortunately, what happens on the internet. The people who are followers will attack her just because she happens to have a different opinion than you do. I'm sure I'll get some people coming in and saying, "Yeah, you're an idiot." You know, like that's going to change my bloody opinion of things I've said here. You know, I'm more in favour of conversation and discussion than what's going on here. You're kind of shit. And yeah, that's really going to change your opinion, isn't it?
She's gonna have words with you.
she's gonna have words with me, guys. I don't understand. I don't understand why she's gonna have words with me. I
By
think
the
she like,
way-
low-key misses like this community.
Mhm.
And she's mad that she can't come back because no one will take her back. So.
By the way, this whole like ridiculous argument, oh, well, she's a nice person. Where does it say that you can't be nice and also call out animal abuse? Where does it say that you can't be nice and also call out child abuse? Because she didn't seem to have a problem talking about G-Man's comments about violence against trans people. That was okay, right? But she wants to tell us what we can and cannot talk about, what we can and cannot make money off of, what we can and cannot stream about. I'm sorry, what? Who are you? I would never go to your channel and dictate to you what you should and should not do streams about. If you want to make 50 more videos like this, calling me out, go for it. You want to make money off of reviewing my videos and call it complete garbage? Go for it. I hope you make tons of money. That's what YouTube is about. And that's what I don't understand. These people that come around, they're like, well, I don't understand why you're making money on this or da-da-da. That's what YouTube is. That's literally what this is. You do reviews, commentary, edited videos, and you make money doing it. If you...
I don't make a cent doing this. Anybody I do make will go to charity. But again, that's my choice. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours or Liz's. But again, like, what?
You don't want to be criticized, if you don't want people to have an opinion about you, then don't have a channel. I am perfectly fine with people giving me back the smoke that I give. Like I said, I have told this to Shanny, I have told this to G-Man, I have told this to all of these people that I've made videos about. They are more than welcome to review my videos, make money off of it, and tear it apart. That's fine, because that's what YouTube is about.
Agreed. That is what YouTube's about. Again, I don't think Fab is saying that isn't what YouTube should be about. She said that's what it's like for her because she's moved on. But again, she's not saying that you can't do that. She said that she has a problem with people using the kids as of information that be given by Shanny, you know, when again the kids haven't consented to that information to be shared about them. That's her problem. I mean, that's a legit problem, but it's not a legit problem. But that's her problem in a nutshell.
But I find it very interesting that she says she doesn't want to be part of the drama anymore because, you know, she's above it all. And here she is making this video, inserting herself in something that she didn't have nothing to do with.
Yeah, just because that doesn't matter. People could have an opinion about something that they have nothing to do with. I have nothing to do with this issue, and yet I'm making this video. Why? Because I'm seeing 4 people who I have great respect for arguing about something when the person that we should be arguing about is Shanny, who is abusing her kids. That's what we should be arguing about. No, it's not something that we should be arguing about. That's something that we should be combining our forces against. Yeah, but we're bitching about each other rather than bitching about Shanny, about and making sure that, you know, we doing everything in our power combined to make sure that, you know, her children can get out of the toxic situation they're in. Which I'm sure the 1, 2, 3 people on the channel and Liz all care about. I'm willing to go on die that particular hill and put my reputation on the line for that. That I don't think I'm wrong about that personal implementation there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also wanted to point out this whole nice thing. Like, again, is it really nice to be unwilling to stand up against people that are actually truly the abusers? I mean, it's fine if you want to.
Where she said that she's okay with abusers. Where she said that? She hasn't said that anywhere.
Stand up to Jules. But Jules isn't fucking messing up the kids.
Criticizing Jules does not mean that she thinks she's an abuser. It just means that she disagrees with it on this particular point. You know, two things can be true. You know, she can disagree with Shanny's behaviour, but also disagree with what Jules is doing. I think what Jules is doing is fine, but that's my opinion.
Jules isn't torturing animals and having cat fights in the car and stuffing him in gin bags and saying, oh, I guess the cat's lost. I don't know. Might be dead. I don't know. Like, all that nonsense that's been happening, like that's not Jules. I mean, it's a lot easier to call out somebody that isn't the abuser.
Right. And isn't that funny that she sees someone on a live stream abusing animals and children in real time, and instead of actually being upset with Shanny, she makes a whole ass video like this, jump cuts and all, right?
How do you know she's not upset about those things? Isn't that an assumption? She obviously is very upset about those things. She just chooses to do with it a different way than you do. Again, she's criticising you for what you're doing, which I think is wrong. But again, who are you to criticise her for the way that she deals with things? That's the way that she wants to deal with things. Now again, like, you know... Alright, carry on.
Calling out other people that had nothing to do with the live stream, we're just simply reviewing it.
Yeah, and she has the right to disagree with your review. I can disagree. If you review my video and you see that I'm a complete nincompoop, you might do that. I have the right to say that I disagree with that particular review. Hey, welcome to the internet. Everyone's open to disagree with you or agree with you as they wish.
Interesting.
Damn. Also, side note, apparently, I know Shanny is live right now, and apparently there is a meltdown. I don't know if we're
Shocking.
gonna Huh?
I said I'm shocked.
But I want to tell y'all, because I know you're both gonna laugh at this. Apparently, Rev's uncle has put rules on this house and told
They're
how it right now. But I will continue with this.
That's hilarious.
How dare you exploit these kids? It's already bad enough that they're
How dare you exploit these kids?
No, translation is, how dare you have a panel of people that I don't like?
Again, as far as I know, that she doesn't have a problem with anybody that was on that panel. No, she's expressed that opinion in any video that I've ever seen her do. That's just an assumption. She has never said that she dislikes any of the panel. I don't think she's interacted with either Tulls, Jules, or Spackle. She interacted with Dragon a little bit from memory, but again, I don't think it was that really intensive. It was just maybe like Dragon was pointing out how shit of a human being Shanny is, and basically her trying to give Shanny a chance, but Dragon, the rest of everyone else told her, no, you got this wrong. Shanny, did what Shanny does, and basically that's what happened. Again, as far as I know, she doesn't have any problem with those people, but continue.
All having a good time and with lots of views and money.
It's
How
because I'm
about-
fat.
And scene.
How about this? I had wished that somebody had, I don't know, reported my abuser as a kid.
Yeah, and where's listed that was wrong? And no one said that it's wrong to report Shanny or Rev for the abuse that they do. They should be reported for it, and damn right too. And if doing a video on YouTube that's monetized helps bring that about, I'm all for it. And I think hopefully Liz is in favour of that. I just don't think she's in favour of the monetization.
I'm
Yep.
gonna put that out.
Yep.
People like this are the people that cover up abuse.
Whoa. Hold the phone. No. And thrice and 20 times, no. she is not covering up any abuse. She's not saying that we shouldn't report it. We shouldn't say anything about it. So hang on for a timeout. No. No. I'm sorry, Sophie, I love you, but no. No. People like this are the people who cover up. People who cover up abuse are people who pretend it's not happening. Nowhere in this video has she pretended that there is no abuse happening at all. I mean, if she has, please point me to the timestamp where she says that I don't believe any abuse is happening. She doesn't say that anywhere in the video. She's criticising you for the things that you're doing. Again, two things can be true, that she disagrees with the abuse that Shanny's doing, but also criticises you. Now, Liz, I'm going to say this to you. I do think that they're right, that you should focus more on the abuse that the kids go for. And I think you might have had a stronger argument if you did so. I can see it.
Because they're like, oh, it's none of our business.
That isn't what she's saying.
I'm just circling her face. Also, it looks like your eyes are black, and that's kind of creepy to me.
Oh, hell's sake.
We, as a collective on the internet, do not
Eyes are blue.
keep adding to their stress. I
Wow.
get that everyone feels very strongly for these kids, but it's kind of sus for me. You know why?
It's kind of sus for me. I'm gonna fit in with the cool kids. That's sus.
Because originally, when a few people brought up the condition of the parenting of these kids from Shanny and Rev, a few people talked about it, myself included. Only a few people. Where was all the outrage then? Where was all the cries for activism then?
Again.
Right. Liz, I love you, but you should have said that. Just because you were aware of it doesn't mean that other people weren't talking about it. People were talking about it on Discord, people were talking about it on Twitter, people were talking about it through emails, people were talking about it through the dark web, people were talking about it on YouTube, people were talking about it everywhere. Because you were aware about it doesn't mean that they weren't. They were.
Again, Fab, you are so incredibly ignorant. Do you not understand that just because you don't know about it does not mean it's not happening? Hello. Oh my God, you're so
If you were to Google my name, there is an out video of me supposedly calling CPS. I actually threatened to call CPS. I didn't call CPS that time. But that was from a godless girl, and that was like what, 5 years ago, maybe. Like that was when she said I was going to kill myself and this and that and the other, and saying all this horrible stuff. And I said, listen, if you do this, I'm gonna have to call the cops. CPS is gonna have to get involved.
Yeah, that was right.
Like you need to calm the fuck down. And at that time, I was still trying to help her. Actually, I wasn't like just like at this point, you're a lulz cow. Like I felt like she was somebody that was in constant distress that really needed redirection. I've given up. Like at this point, laugh at her, because she has had people several times reach out to her, and she has been mom or something.
abusing people, domestic violence, fraud, scams, racism, all of the things, right? I was making all of these videos, and little Miss Fab here decided, oop, she felt bad. So then she makes a video calling all of our channels out, including mine, saying, how dare we call Shanny out?
Yeah, because she was trying to give Shanny the benefit of the doubt. Again, the thing is that she only knew Shanny from doing videos about her. Again, she didn't know Shanny properly until they interacted, and then Fab FIt and Geeky got to know Shanny the person. We all know how that goes. So people have been lured into that trap before, they'll be lured into that trap again of giving Shanny the benefit of doubt. I was lured into that trap. A lot of other people, of varying intelligences have been lured into the trap because people don't believe that people are like that. But unfortunately, Shanny is. There's a song called Hazard where it says like that kid's not right. Shanny's not right, and there's something wrong with that. Anyway, come on.
And that we just need to leave Shanny alone, and if we ignore her, somehow the child abuse is just going to go away.
Nowhere did she say that.
So I find it very interesting now that she's saying, oh, where were you? As in, why haven't you been calling it out the whole time?
Okay. here's the thing, though. People suspecting there's child abuse and actually having proof are two different things. We now have solid proof that there's child abuse been occurring in that household. People suspecting it's the case, or people thinking, well, certain behaviours are child abuse. Again, but now we have solid proof that neglect has been going on. And again, the thing is that they have anger issues, obviously, that need, and temperament issues and stuff like that need sorting out. But nowhere has Liz here, not said that she's okay with that. Nowhere has she said that. Please provide me the link. If you've got the link, please provide it with me. I'd love to talk to you about it.
Bitch, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, Collins will be a bitch. Yeah, that's really mature, guys. I mean, the thing is that the people you're angry with is Shanny, not with Liz. Liz is just upset with the way that you do things, which is fine. That's her prerogative.
Longer than you. There are people like Holy Spackle and Drag and other people who have been around for the better part of a decade. Where have you been, Fab? Because you don't seem to know anything that you're talking about. You just want to drop in at the last minute, find some reason to get on your high horse to make yourself feel better because you're feeling some type of way.
Yeah, and she's allowed to feel that way. People are allowed to have different opinions than you. Again, I'm still not seeing why this is a bad thing. People are allowed to have different opinions than you. That people are allowed to have different opinions than me. People are allowed to have different opinions than anybody. Welcome to the world.
Like, seriously, you could have easily come to any of us and had a conversation. I would have been happy to have a conversation with you. I would still absolutely have a conversation with you. We don't have to do it on stream. We can do it privately, just you and me, so I can help you understand why you are being ignorant and why by your video and people that do things like this cover up abuse.
They don't, Bert, and I'll explain why. Okay, nowhere has she said in this video that the abuse isn't happening. Nowhere in this video has she said that she denies it happening. Nowhere is she saying, "Oh well, if we just if we just know Shanny, she'll go away." Nowhere she in this video has she said, "Oh well, the abuse isn't." If you've got no proof the abuse isn't happening. That isn't what she's saying. She's just criticising Jules for the panel she did, which was wrong. But again, nowhere in this video. And again, if you point me to or any video that I've seen her do, has she ever criticised anybody for criticising the abuse that the kids go through? She's well aware of it.
You are complicit in covering up.
No, she's not bloody complicit. I'm sorry, but nowhere is she complicit in framing the abuse that nobody is complicit apart from Shanny and Rev. That's it. Does Fab FIt and Geeky live near them? No. I think she lives in a different state. Does she know them? Not really. Nowhere has she said that it isn't happening. Again, as all the points I just raised before, plus the point that she doesn't live in the same state and she doesn't really know them. So how is she complicit in this abuse? Please tell me. I mean, if you please make a video or leave a comment or something, I'd love to know how is she complicit in this, because that is utter crap.
It's abuse by basically just pointing fingers at us instead of the abusers. And
nobody's not pointing fingers at Shanny and Rev for being abusive pieces of shit. Yeah.
And saying, "Oh well, you just leave Shanny alone."
Nobody's saying that.
Just ignore it. Pretend like it's not there.
Nobody's saying that.
Are you kidding me?
So
Do you expect me to see her abuse her autistic child and see Rev threaten to kill her children?
Yeah, that was wrong. Nobody and Fab here isn't saying that you should ignore it.
On a live stream, and you expect me not to have an opinion about that? Like, he legit threatened to kill them. Are we supposed to just ignore that as well? All in the guise of being a nice person? Get the fuck out of here.
That isn't what she's doing. She's trying to point out that maybe there's more officious ways to do things, like going through the cops, going through CPS, going through this. Again, I think that what she doesn't realise, people have been doing that. Again, from what I understand, I don't know everything. People have been going through that. Now, how successful they've been, I don't know. But I do know that those avenues are being taken as we speak. So
Well, yeah, being a nice person entails standing up for what's right. So
she does.
I would challenge you, Fit, Fab, Liz, whatever you are.
Her name's Liz.
I would challenge you to take a look here and go, does Christianity allow a perimeter of protection?
Yes, it does. But the thing is, that is not an issue, right? The thing is that Fab here isn't saying that you can't be standing up for abuse. She isn't saying that. She's saying that she's against the exploitation of the kids. That's what she's against. When you do that, again, she's all for. I think as far as she's concerned, she's in that corner. Now I think that again, she's wrong with what she's been saying, but again, I think you ladies have been wrong with the things I've been pointing out as well. So there's rights and wrongs on both sides here. Let's continue.
I believe that love protects, and that more
Agreed.
than anything, love should protect children.
Agreed.
Because and those that can't protect themselves, like the disabled, people like that, like love protects that, right?
Okay, I agree with that.
So I think it's in line to figure out a way to push back on Shanny, and if it's, you know, like, obviously we've tried kindness, not necessarily everybody here, but like I know a few people in the community have tried with kindness to reach out to Shanny to help her, and it's just been a vortex where she consumes the kindness, she consumes money, she consumes support or that, and then spits out cruelty, and she spits it out to her family, and she spits it out to the trolls online. I don't really care about her cruelty to the trolls online as much as I do about her family. So, and animals, like that's what bugs me. But like, yeah, Fit Fab, ask if love protects, because I had a conversation, I had a phone call with somebody who was a concerned Christian viewer who I talked to for a while, who accused me of being a Karen and said that everybody that's making videos about Shanny are just clout chasing, wanting to make their channels bigger, sensationalizing Shanny, and that we're just a bunch of Karens that want her children taken away and given to the state where they're going to be raped. That is literally what the argument was. Because apparently all foster kids get abused even worse.
Okay. But again, here's where I stand on it. I'm usually 9 times out of 10 against kids being removed from parents, because, you know, that's disabling and disarming for the kids to have to go through that, because, you know, kids need need stable homes with stable parents, and usually the family that around them, you know, they need that environment, and sometimes usually it's because they're a single parent who can't really take care of themselves or whatever. That is what's going on. But however, with Rev and Shanny, that isn't the case. What is the case is they don't really know how to be parents, and that's not me being a dick. That's not me being hyperbolic. I think that's legitimately what we can say. You know, they don't show the care for, you know, making sure if they have an argument, it's away from the kids. You know, if they say negative things to each other, it's away from the kids. You know, that, you know, they make sure that, you know, the relationship is as healthy as, and if not, they part ways as friends. Because again, I've been in toxic relationships, and I've seen that thing before where one person is obviously dominating the other, and the other person is going crazy because of it. And, you know, that's obviously what's happened with Rev and Shanny. You know, Shanny is dominating Rev, and Rev, you know, because I don't think he's really knows how to stand up and deal with that. You know, is striking out, because that's what children do. You know, when they've been dominating, you know, they strike out. I do it. You know, when I'm with mum and dad, even now, you know, tell me something and I get annoyed. You know, sometimes I want to strike out, but, you know, that's not really a healthy way of dealing with things. You know, you need to be adult and, you know, try and discuss it with them. Anyway, continue.
Into her brain, right? And she even went so far to say Von Helton's kid shouldn't be taken away, all sorts of stuff like that. And here's the thing. I think that love should protect, and I think that paranoia of...
Well, I think Von's a very specific case, because, again, when you've had your kids taken away 12 times, or whatever it is by this point, I think there's got to come a point where there's a stop sign and say, "Do you know what? You're unfit." And again, and I hate saying that because again, as I just said, I'm against kids being taken away from parents forever. Because again, usually that break gives them time to get their life sorted and stuff like that. But when you're not getting your life sorted, that's what it is. Come on.
It's like, oh, it's going to be so much worse. It's going to be so much worse if you say something. I think that's bullshit. And we probably need to work on a way to pull those arguments apart, too. Because there are a few people that are saying similar things to what she's saying that are in the shadows.
Yes. And by the way, Fit and Curvy in the audience, she's a completely different person. That is not the same person as who we're talking about. Just want to make that clear.
Yep.
Why is it just now that you guys
Just now.
are sitting there and saying, "Oh, save the children"? Yes, save the children. But don't sit there and use it as a way for you to gain clout, exposure, and coin. That's all I gotta say about this. Remember, these are kids and that the internet is forever. If you want to sit there and be activists and try and save these kids' lives, don't sit there and stream it on YouTube. Find other ways to help them outside of the internet.
Oh shit, it ended. That was dramatic.
Yes. But she doesn't want drama, guys. Does not want drama.
She doesn't want drama.
Come talk to us, Liz.
Yep.
She doesn't want drama. She just wants to give her opinion across.
Hold on, let me tweet her the fucking link. Sorry, you had to hear yourself for a second.
Sorry, my voice is so crazy still.
No,
you're
dude.
fine.
Dude. Sorry.
Anyway, I think that's the end of everything. But I think that the points I made were pretty damn valid. But I'm going to address this to Liz. I'll try and find a more flattering video. There you go. That's a very flattering video. Part of it, I don't think that one particularly was. But Liz, you're a very nice person, and I generally believe this came from a very nice place. But people are going to criticise you for this, and rightly so, because again, you're telling other people what they should do with your channel, and you don't get to do that. You can criticise them for their behaviour, maybe, and you can say that this was wrong, but that's life, unfortunately. Anyway, this is Flavor Gary T. Follow dreams, make them true. Out.